Hello, friends. Thank you for joining us. Welcome. Tonight, we have a very interesting topic that I think might be a game changer for many of you because sometimes when we think about studying in the US, we might think, oh, it's way too complicated, it's way too expensive, and there is only one way I can study in 4 year college. And today we will speak about an alternative way to complete your first 2 year of study in the US, the community colleges. And we have Pатрицією Фергюсон with us. She's the coordinator of international recruitment and student services at Alamo Colleges in San Antonio, Texas, and she will speak more about advantages and the benefits of studying in the community colleges. And before I give the floor to Patricia, I want to say that we will have Q&A session at the end of the presentation. And please don't hesitate to leave your questions in the chat box, and we will answer all of your questions at the end. Patricia?
Hello, I'm Patрицією Ferguson, and I just wanted to give you a quick little background on my experience. I actually have 24 years of working in higher education in the United States. I worked for a technical school. I worked for a university that offered bachelor's, master's, and PhDs, and I've been working in the community college district for about 17 years, so I can give you a well-rounded perspective of our education system. So a community college, you can actually use this as an alternative path in your educational journey in the US. So I kind of want to just talk a little bit about your educational journey. And the majority of international students come to the US to earn a bachelor's degree. So here we have like a road of how you can get to your bachelor's degree. First, you have 4 years at a 4-year university, and your freshman year, which is your first year, you have between about 0 to 30 credit hours. And then your second year, your sophomore year, you have between 31 and 60 credit hours. And this usually builds your foundation of your bachelor's degree, and we have about 42 hours, which is core curriculum. And these are not going to be in your specific field of major, like if you want to go into engineering or math or psychology. These are going to be well-rounded. You're going to have a little bit of history and your English, your math, some languages, philosophy. It's going to be building that foundation, okay? Then in your junior year, you have between 61 to 90 credit hours, and that's going to be more focused on your field of study. And then your senior year, which is 91 to about 124 credit hours, this is basically going to be, we call these upper level classes. And like I said, they're going to be really focused in on the area that you're interested in studying. A bachelor's degree usually takes about 124 credit hours. And then once you earn your bachelor's degree, your F1 visa allows you for OPT, which is optional practical training. Then you get a year of work experience. So this is the traditional route. And as we're going on, I'm going to show you the community college route also. So just a little bit of information on higher education and the way it works. We have different types of schools out here in the United States. One, we have proprietary schools, and these are short-term schools that offer certificates, associate degrees. They're certified by like a workforce program. And these programs don't usually transfer to university. Then we have community colleges, sometimes called junior colleges, and these are 2-year programs, but we also do have some short-term 6 months to 1-year programs. We offer certificates, associate degrees. They're called AAS or AAS. And they're accredited by the same accredited organizations that accredit the universities and colleges. And these academic courses are transferable to universities. We have our traditional universities and colleges that are 4 years, and they offer bachelor's degrees, master's degrees, and then postdoctoral programs also. Now, in these schools, there's some that are private and then some that are public. We also have professional schools. If you're interested in going to a specialty such as medicine, law, pharmacy, any type that requires that they're called professional schools, and those are embedded within a university system. Okay, so just a little bit more. Private universities. Now they offer, like I said, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and postgraduate courses. Their admission is usually competitive. They require you to take their exams, the ACT and the SAT. Like I said, they offer bachelor's, master's, doctoral programs. They have small classrooms, but the tuition, whether you're from the United States or from another country, is a higher cost, okay? But it's flat across. In public universities, they offer the same thing as the private schools. You're going to have your freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and postgraduate courses. Admissions, depending on the school that you're going to, we've heard of our big schools. They're going to be competitive, and they require SAT and ACT. And like I said, they offer also bachelor programs, master's, doctoral programs, professional schools. Now, some of these schools, the classroom sizes can be very large, but the tuition is a little bit lower than what a private school would be charging. Okay. Now, community college, we offer freshman and sophomore level courses only, just the first 2 years. We're not going to offer any of the upperclassmen. We have open admissions, meaning that we will accept anyone who wants to come in. And also, we do have, we make sure that you are college ready to be in the appropriate classes. There's no ACT or SAT. We do offer associate degrees and certificates. We have smaller classroom and lower tuition. So we get the best of both worlds from the public and the private, the smaller classes and the lower tuition. Okay, so I just want to give you a little bit of a profile of what a community college in the United States is. We have about 1,167 community colleges across the United States, and we enroll about 12.4 million students. Now, 50% of the undergraduate students attend community college. And then we have about 94,000 as the fall of 2017 international students that attend a community college. Like I said, we are open admissions. We have small classroom. We offer what's called the core curriculum. And this core curriculum, like I said, it was that foundation where you're going to have like the English, the math, some philosophy, some humanities. It's that foundation that builds the bachelor's degree. We have academic coursework, we have Associates of Arts and Associates of Science, and we have the pathway to the four-year universities. But we also offer hands-on workforce technical training, and we offer this through either certificates or the Associates of Applied Science. And in addition to that, we also offer a variety of community programs because we do serve the community that we're at. So we have continuing education programs. We have corporate college, like right now, Alamo Colleges is working with Toyota and training their workforce. And then we do offer English as a second language. In our community college, it's actually an academic course. And like I said, we do offer lower tuition. So there's a lot of reasons, and I'm going to start giving you 10 reasons why community college is a great way to start your educational journey. One, we talked a little bit about is the top 10 is ease of admissions. We are very open on the admissions. Like I said, we will accept students. All you need to do is submit an online application, and we do need to verify that you have an equivalent to a high school degree, either with a high school transcript or a college or university transcript from your home country that is required to have had some type of high school. We do need it evaluated. Now, we do have certain tests when you come in to actually get into classes. We make sure that you are at the right level. And if you are not at the right level, then we offer developmental courses to help you get to that right level. So if you have trouble with math, we'll help you get to that college level math. We do require some type of English proficiency, but if you don't speak English, have no fear. We do offer ESL program at one of our colleges. We also require an international application for the I-20. And in that, we do require the financial statement. At our school, it's about $25,000. Every community college will be different, and it's based on the cost of living in their city plus the cost of the tuition at the school. And there is usually a processing fee for that also. So number 9 is professional certificates. So you can actually build your portfolio in different ways. And one of them is by earning short-term professional certificates. At the community colleges, a lot of our programs are built so that you can stack certificates and associate's degree and kind of build on there. In 2016 to 2017, community colleges conferred over 500,000 certificates, according to the American Association of Community Colleges. At the Alamo College District, just as an example, we have over 30 different programs or certificates in 6 institutes. We kind of clumped them into different areas. We have business and entrepreneurship, creative and communication arts, health and biosciences, advanced manufacturing and logistics, public service, science and technology. Number 8, earn a degree in 2 years. So if you like to have different goals and like short-term goals, instead of thinking, oh my God, 4 years, that's just a long time, what can I do? You can cut it down and earn a degree in 2 years. Also, earning a degree in 2 years will give you an opportunity to do the optional to practical training, the OPT. And this is hands-on, and it's authorized to work by the federal government. So you get 12 months of actually working in your specific field. Then you can transfer over to a 4-year university. And then once you earn your bachelor's, you can complete a 2nd year of OPT. Whereas if you just went straight to a bachelor's through a university, you would only have that opportunity once. So by earning a degree in 2 years, you get that extra year of OPT. Now, number 7 is that the community colleges offers the same elements of a traditional college. One of the great things of being in San Antonio, Texas, is that we do have about 5 universities, public and private, within our city limits, but we also have several in the surrounding areas. So we have what's called adjunct faculty. So we actually have faculty members that are actually teaching at the university that teach that same class at the community college level, and they don't change anything on their curriculum and their lessons plans. It's just you get that class for a lot less than you would to be paying at the university. We do offer on-campus housing at some of our classes. Traditionally, community colleges were more for the commuter, but now things are changing, and there a lot more community colleges are offering on-campus activities. We also offer a lot of extracurricular activities. We have student life. We have different clubs and organizations based on either your major or your interest. We have intramural sports if you like soccer, basketball. We have those things. We also offer honor societies. We at the Alamo Colleges also offer a great study abroad program. So if you're coming in and you want to see, well, I want to go and visit China or Latin America, we have those opportunities where you can actually take classes and study abroad. We also offer internships, and we have scholarships available for different things. And one of the great things, I was talking to one of our professors yesterday, and he was telling us about research opportunities in their classes. So here at a sophomore level, you're actually be able to do research with the professor, actually publish, and even present in conferences, which at this level at sophomore, you're not going to be doing that at a university. That's usually saved for the upper level classrooms, the seniors. So you have that opportunity to build your portfolio even as a sophomore. So that's a great opportunity. We do have transfer agreements, and you might be familiar with this, where a lot of the schools will work with the universities that usually our students transfer to, and they build an easy degree plan for you. So you can just transfer the classes over really seamless to their universities. Now, it always is best to communicate with an advisor, and we do have specialized advisors that are, assigned to you that will work to find out, okay, where is it that the university that you want to go to, and work with them to try to make sure that you're taking the right courses that are going to transfer over to that university so that you won't lose any of your credits. We also have opportunities in STEM education. We have a lot of in science, technology, engineering, and math. And at the community colleges like that, we have the two ways about going about this. One, you can do the academic route that's going to be transferring over to the four-year university. And then we also have the hands-on route where you can actually earn different certifications. In engineering, we have a great power and energy generating program that within 17 credit hours, you can actually earn your first certificate. So there's different ways, or different possibilities. It's really up to you what it is that you want to do to be able to build your portfolio and also build your academic degree and have a lot of different opportunities by the time you get to your bachelor's degree. So number 4 is that we offer a balance of school life balance, because we offer a very flexible schedule. We have classes that start off early morning and classes that go all the way into the evening. You can take classes about 3 times a week, or if you want, you can take classes twice a week. And you even have classes where you just take that one class once an evening, right? To build out the 4 classes that you need per week. In some schools, we offered weekend programs. We have 16-hour week terms. We also cut them down to 8 week terms. And then we also have non-traditional classmates. So you can actually build your schedule to your needs to be able to balance what it is that you need to do. Number 3, academic flexibility. As we were saying, we're open admissions. So most of our students that come in transfer over to a 4-year university, but maybe they were not good test takers and didn't do so well at the ACT or SAT, or they did. We have students that come for a variety of reasons, or maybe they need a little help on their English and they're not as confident. So here at the community college level, we are, our motto is student success. We want our students to be successful. So we offer ESL as a second language. We also what's called developmental courses, because in order to be in that college level algebra math class, you need to be able to succeed in that. And we want to make sure that you succeed in that class. So we offer, they're called, developmental courses to help you get to that level. So that's one of the reasons that, we do so well with a lot of students. And we have about 50% of our students, like I said, that are undergraduate are starting at community college because they know that want to have that hand one-on-one sessions, have smaller classrooms to be able to get through those harder courses. Like I said, you can build off of certificates. You can earn a degree, you can transfer to 4-year programs. And then, like I said, we have a variety of continual education classes. Let's say, you want to learn how to cook. We offer those type of classes. If you want to do a little bit better in your Microsoft world, we offer courses like that. And those are, like I said, towards the community people. We have people of all ages taking those continuing education classes. Number 2, one of the reasons why students pick community colleges, like I said, is a smaller class size. Large universities, especially public ones, you can have about 500 students in a classroom, where there's no way that they're known by their name. They're usually known by their student IDs. If you think about being in a psychology class with 500 students, it'll be very easy to get lost within that. community colleges, our classes are smaller. The average class size at an animal college class is about 22 students. So from 500 to 22, that is a big difference. You get that personal attention. You get that individual advising. You're going to get a certified advisor from the time that you enter to the time that you leave. That's going to be building that relationship and helping you get to where you need to be. And having these smaller classes, it's easier to build relationships, not only with your peer students that are in the classroom. We really are pushing classroom engagement, but also with the faculty members. You're going to actually get to know your faculty and not just be a number or learn and meet their teaching assistant. You're going to be with a faculty member. The number one reason why community colleges are so popular in the United States is the cost of attendance. For the animal colleges, 1 year it's about $11,000. Then we have books and supplies, living expenses, and then miscellaneous. As I mentioned, our estimated cost is about $25,000. So when you compare that to a public university here in Texas, and like I said, depending on the community college that you're going to go to, these numbers are all different, but this just gives you an idea of how it works. For animal colleges, our 12-hour per semester is about $5,000. Okay, so for 2 years, that will be about $22,000. At one of our peer here in San Antonio public universities, per semester, it's about $10,000. And to do 2 years there would be about 40 plus. A total of 4 years would be over $81,000. So if you were to do 2 years with Alamo colleges and then 2 years with our sister university, you would have a savings about $18,000. Now this is savings. It's not a scholarship. Scholarships, there's a lot of people that get scholarships and they're looking for scholarships, but scholarships are usually very highly competitive. And savings are not, in the sense that everybody's going to receive that savings. Just by attending the community college, you're going to get that savings. You don't have to do anything extra. You don't have to write an essay. You don't have to cross your fingers, pray, or anything about getting a scholarship. You just have to apply, and that's it. So the total combined cost of starting 2 years at Alamo colleges and then 2 years at our sister university would come out to about $60,000. Okay, so that, like I said, there's a great savings in that. Now, when you look at a private university, now, as I was saying, private, there are smaller classrooms, but they're a lot more expensive. Like I said, a semester at the Alamo College is about $5,000, $5,500. Whereas at our private sister university here in San Antonio, it runs you about $15,000. So even if you were to get, let's say, even if you were to get a $5,000 a semester scholarship, which would be awesome at this private university, it's still going to come out to double the cost of the community college. And as I was saying, a lot of the faculty members that are teaching at this private university also teach at our community college as adjunct instructors. So 2 years, I said, at the community college, it's about $22,000. And the 4 years at the university is over $100,000. So that you can kind of see the difference in that. So if you were to do 2 years at animal colleges and then 2 years, the last 2 years at that private university, your total would be closer to $82,000. That is a savings about $37,000. And I was saying a savings, it's a little bit different, but you can see it as a scholarship because this is money that you do not have to pay. So like I said, you can get this great savings for not doing anything more than actually just, applying and doing a little bit of a different route. So earlier, I was talking about your educational route and how you can go in there, and you saw how you could go in 4 years, get a bachelor's degree, and do your OPT and have your degree. So this is a different route for you. You can start off at a community college your freshman and your sophomore years. Now, as I was mentioning, this is going to be the same classes, the same much of the curriculum that you're going to be taking that you would at a university. It's the same thing if you're going to be going through the same major. We have about 42 credit hours of the core curriculum, and that core curriculum, and especially here in Texas, we have a state policy that if you finish the core curriculum at any public community college or university, you can transfer that seamlessly to any other public university here in Texas. So, we have students that will decide, well, I'm going to do the core curriculum at a community college and then transfer, or we have students that actually decide, well, I'm going to do as many hours as I can at the community college and then get my degree. So like I was saying, the core curriculum classes is that foundation that you would be taking that has a little bit of everything. It's not going to be as much focused on your field of study. The other 20-something hours that you would do to get an associate degree would be focused on your field of study. So here we have, like I said, your freshman year, 0 to 30 credit hours. You could do it at community colleges your sophomore year, up to 60. Usually an associate's degree, you can earn it between 60 and 64 credit hours. Now, within this format, there's some certificates that you just need, 20 hours, 17 hours, to get a certificate. So you could actually build your portfolio with different certificates. Once you graduate from an associate degree program, like I said, you get 1 year of that OPT, that practical training. So if you are doing a business major and you get an international business degree with one of our programs, you can actually go and work for 1 year in between your community college and your university experience, okay? And then once you go to your university experience, and the other thing that's really great is that a lot of universities are now recruiting at community colleges for international students, and they offer great scholarships once you're going to be transferring into that university. And one of the reasons is that they have a track record, because when you're at the community college and you've been building your transcript and you have your grades, they know what type of student you're going to be in that actual classroom. So they offer great scholarships that are available. And you can go in and do your junior year and your senior year and then actually graduate with a bachelor's degree. Now, one of the things is that once you get that bachelor's degree from that university, it's going to say that university's name. It's not going to mention anything that you went through a community college. You're going to be getting the same degree that someone that spent that money and spent the 4 years at that university. It's going to look the same. There's not going to be anything different. The difference is that you're going to have 1 more year of experience in working. You're going to already have an associate's degree, so you already have built your portfolio. And like I said, once you graduate with that bachelor's, then you have that OPT work experience. And if you decide to go for your master's, guess what? You have saved, a couple of $1,000s that you can put and invest into your master's program. You're already coming out ahead. And like I said, once you graduate with a master's, you get another year of OPT to be able to do that. So you can build that experience. So when you leave from your journey here in the United States, you can have 2 to 3 years of OPT experience, work experience that are going to show in your resume for employers in your home country, and you're going to can come back with 3 degrees. So it's up to you, and also hopefully a little bit of more money in your pocket, right? So there are different opportunities for you going through the community college route, okay? Also, the Alamo College District, I just want to give you a little bit of information on our school system. We are actually 5 independently accredited colleges around the San Antonio, Texas area in the United States. Texas is the 2nd largest state, and it's about the 3rd largest state that it receives international students every year. We have a very diverse state, and we have some great public universities and some private universities. We have some here located within our city limits, but we have big universities like the University of Texas and Texas A&M that are very popular and are experts, and we work really closely with them, and our students, end up going to those different schools. our schools are Northwest Vista College, Northeast Lakeview College, Palo Alto College, San Antonio College, and St. Philip's College. Just a little bit of information of the different types of visas that we offer at the Alamo Colleges. We do offer the F1 visa, which allows students to study in an academic or ESL language program. Requirements is you need to be admitted to the college, and like I said, you need that $25,000 financial support for the year of study. We also do offer J1 visas, and this is more for specific for exchange programs. You do have to have the adequate financial support and living expenses, but 51% has to come in from another source than personal funds, whereas the F1 visa, it's going to be can be all personal funds. So if you are in already have a scholarship or a fellowship, you might be able to qualify for the J1 visa. And there are specific programs depending on that program that you're going to be going that have different requirements. So my name is, like I said, Patricia Ferguson, and here is my information. And I think we have some time for some questions and answers.
Sorry, I was trying to mute myself. So far, we have no questions. I think, Patricia, your presentation was like great. And well, the only thing I just wanted to ask if probably there will be more questions. Oh, okay. We do have questions actually. Just give me a second. Okay, so you mentioned, Patricia, you mentioned that there is no ACT, SAT required. Could you please tell more about that? And well, the student says that he heard a lot about colleges. They don't require actually the test right now. So he's asking if it's only the community colleges that don't require the ACT, or probably the like other colleges, like 4-year colleges, if you have any information on that.
So there's admissions requirements which are required to be admitted into a college, and then there's also, maybe to take a certain class. I haven't heard about universities. I don't know at this time because of the COVID that's happening. Have they changed their requirements? Usually, 4-year university will require an admissions test, which is either the SAT or the SAT. And depending on the type of student that they're looking for and how competitive it is, their scores are going to range. So there's some schools that require a lower score than, let's say, a very popular and very hard to get, like if we're talking about like Harvard or, one of those top tier schools. Community colleges, and for the most part, I think the majority of community colleges are open admissions in the sense that we're not going to require you to have a test to be admitted, but like here in Texas, actually, all community colleges are the same in that we have what's called the Texas Success Initiative, that once you get to our campus, you're going to be taking this test just to find out where you're at with your reading, writing, and your math skills. Because like I said, we don't want to put you in a class that you might not be ready for. If you're having a little bit of trouble reading English and you need a little bit of extra push, we will give you those developmental courses to get you into those classes. Now, this is done also at the university levels too. If you're not at that level, even though you did a certain SAT scores, some of those could exempt you from it, but if you were kind of in the lower range, then you might have to take those developmental courses. And you have to, you're going to be charged for those classes. So a lot of students will come to a community college because it's a lot less than it would be at the university. That's one of the little bit of the differences on those. A lot of universities also require essays. They also require like community service. So there's like a whole package and an interview that you have to be interviewed to see if you're going to be able to fit in their school. Whereas at a community college, we don't have that. You just basically, you submit your application, you submit your paperwork, and you're going to be admitted. Now, the great thing is that universities have a different admissions policy for transfer students. So as an incoming freshman, they're looking at your ACT scores, they're looking at your essays, and you're looking at a different variety. When you are transferring, what they're actually looking for is your transcript, your actual work that you did as a college student. So if you have a certain GPA, they will allow you to transfer. So you don't have to worry about taking those SATs or SAT tests. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, but there is another part of the question is that about the scholarships that the student is applying for, that we know that some universities, they sometimes they don't require ACT best test, but if you apply for a scholarship, they're actually required in this case. So it does it apply to community colleges?
No, we wouldn't require the SAT or SAT for any of that. The scholarships, like I said, because the scholarships you're applying for, you have to remember that they're looking for top students, and it's very competitive. So you're always competing with someone else, and you're looking. So they're looking at different things of how can we evaluate one student versus another one. So ACTs and SAT scores are very good, but it's kind of hard because that's just a piece of paper and it's not really going to tell them about who you are. And you could have had a good day, you could have had a bad day when you took that test. So, but that's just one of the kind of like the name of the game when it's applying for different things, that they just want something to evaluate students the best that they can, and they'll use that, the SAT or SAT scores.
Great, thank you. And the student said that he received the answer. We can wait a couple seconds to see. Maybe we will have more questions. Again, in case if there will be more questions later, probably what kind of a source of information you're suggesting for your colleges? Can they go to a website, or they can use your email address and send these questions to you?
Yes, I think that the best way is send me the email questions. You can visit our website. Actually, the alamo.edu website is very general. It'll have each of our colleges, so you can look at the different programs. We also have a variety of tools to help you select your degree. If you're not sure what you want to study, we have a lot of career assessment tools that you can use to kind of figure out, okay, what is it that I want to do? There's so many different things out there. There's so many different degrees. Like I said, just alone at the Alamo colleges, we have over 300 plus programs that are available. And like I said, in some of those you could build up and you can start slow, or you can go straight if you already know, like, I'm going to be an engineering major, like, let's take engineering. Before you actually can take engineering classes, you have to have a strict courses that you're going to be taking in a lot of the math and the sciences, so you can actually take those at a community college, because you're going to be taking it at a smaller classroom size than, let's say, you're going to be in a college algebra or a statistic class at a big four-year university and have 150 to 250 students versus a class of 22 students. So I think that is the biggest thing. When you're coming into the U.S., there's so many different things that are going to be new to you that, it's kind of, you're going to get that cultural shock and you're going to be like, overwhelmed. So to me, I think it seems nice to be able to know that when you're going to be in your classroom, you're going to be in a small environment. You will be able to talk to your peers, and you're not going to be in a big lecture hall with 500 students, which would make it very easy, like, to be like, well, do I need to go to class? Will I be missed? Where that if you're in a classroom that's smaller, that the faculty member, that he's going to know you. And, from our faculty, we hear so much about our international students and how much they really love our international students in the classroom, because you bring in a whole different perspective, but also, traditionally our international students are prepared and are ready. And so it is a pleasure for them to have international students in the classroom also. So it's not just a, one way, it's a two-way street for us. So that is also really good. I think, what you really should do is do your research. Go in and look at the different opportunities that are available, because like I said, that there's a variety of different programs that are out there. If you already know and you already have what university you want to go to, and maybe like you already have your plan, you've already decided, I am going to leave with a master's degree, and you start looking at how much is it going to cost you to get that master's degree, and you're thinking like, I really want to go to that private school for that master's, or I really want to go, to that big 4-year school. Well, then go backwards, start looking and say, okay, this is what I want to do. Where do I want to get my bachelor's degree? And is there a community college that I can look at that can help me get there? Are there already 2+2s that are in, they already have these agreements? How much is it going to cost me overall? Where can I save money? Do that research, because I know you're already doing research and I know you're already out there looking, but do that because you can have a really clear path. And when you do your visa interview, you can present that, say, hey, I already know what I'm going to be doing, and this is how my road is going to look like. I think that helps a lot in the visa application also, because you already have that clear view of where it is that you want to go and the reasons why you want to do that. The reasons why you want to start off at a community college. One is going to be to save you money, and also, like I said, to ease you into our whole system here in the United States, because it is very different. It's going to be very different from what you're used to. So coming in at a smaller scale can help you a lot, help you kind of develop your, how you're going to, maneuver through this whole process.
Wonderful. Thank you, Patricia.
And, also, just another tip, because like I said, I've been doing this for 24 years. I worked a lot with our domestic students here. And one of the things that you want to look at is what is the job that you want to do. Either, you already have that idea, what is your career, and look at that also. Look at the different experiences that they may want. Will doing OPT help you? Is that, getting that hands-on experience from the actual work, will that help you? So think ahead and then kind of go back from that. That really helps. And then there are so many different things, careers that are happening right now that are being developed, in 5 years, it's going to change. It's going to be very different with technology. Things are emerging. There's just so many different cool things that are out there. So look at look at the perspective of in the future. What is it that I want to go? The great thing about a college degree, because of that foundation, is that you're not tied into even that specific field. My major was psychology, and I'm doing something more in the communications field. So that, tends to also be very fluid, where you can move on, but you have that degree, you have that foundation that will help you.
Thank you for the advice. We have another question. How many Ukrainians study at your college? Do you
I'm sorry?
know how many Ukrainians study in your
actually,
colleges?
Our school, we have because we're all together, we have a big population of students, and our F1 students, we actually get about 1 or 2 Ukrainians a year that come to our school, which is we have a lot of 1 or 2 from different countries. I think our biggest, because we're so close to the Mexican border, we have a lot of students from Mexico. We do have a lot of students from Vietnam and from India. But like I said, we'll have 1 or 2 from Ukraine. We have 1 or 2 from France. From some of the African countries. So we do have, but we also have a bigger profile because we have a lot of students that are either permanent residents or on other visas. not just the F1 students. So we do have a very diverse makeup in our school, though San Antonio is a very beautiful city, and you know, we have a very mixture of the Hispanic culture, but we have a lot of Polish countries, you know, like the makeup. So we have very much, you know, we have like cities that are like on New Braunfels. So we even have French influence. So it's a very diverse and very mixed. But we do have Ukrainian students, because I have a friend whose background is from Ukrainian. So I'm always surprised to meet people from there.
Thank
The
you.
only thing is it's not as cold as in your area. We're a very summer tropical kind of atmosphere. It's hot, but you know, it's very nice. It's a good change of pace.
Thank you, Patricia. Well, let's just wait a couple of seconds and see if we have any more questions here. No. Well, I think if this is all questions, I just want to thank you for your time and for the information. And just thank you for the content information. And I would recommend to everybody who's listening, who's watching, to make a note. And just please feel free to send email to Patricia and ask your questions if you have any. And feel free to probably go to the website of the Alamo colleges, and also you can just find a lot of interesting information there as well.
Yeah. So I just want to give just a little bit on the website. Like I said, you know, you can find all the colleges under the Alamo colleges. They'll have a tab that says admissions, and they'll say how to apply, and there's international students on the steps for international students on how to apply. But if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. I'm very excited for you because I remember when I first started school, and there's just so many different possibilities. So, you know, I welcome you. Texas is a very, very friendly state. San Antonio is a very friendly city. There's a lot of things to do. So, you know, we would love to have you. But if you have any questions, you know, or any concerns, just feel free to email me, and hopefully I'll get you an answer.
Thank you, Patricia, again. And thank you for everybody who joined us tonight, and have a nice evening. Goodbye.
Yes. Bye-bye.